The road to the Super Bowl can be a perilous journey.
It's what you wait your entire adult life for right here.
We can take them, man. We can take them out. We can break their will and we can take them out, man.
Now get after the ball! Tattoo somebody!
Right up the middle, trying to bounce outside right. He's still on his feet. Up, over, in, touchdown! Oh, what a catch! Touchdown!
Oh, baby, what a play!
Do you believe it? My goodness. Do you believe it?
In the NFL, all the effort, all the determination is inspired by one dream.
Snap, spot. Kick is away. It's got the distance. It is good. Then the Giants are going to the Super Bowl.
The miracle has happened. The Broncos are going to the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you where you're going. You're going to the Super Bowl. No, he's going to the Super Bowl is where he's going.
The Super Bowl is America's biggest game. But for all its pomp and circumstance, there's a side to the Super Bowl the public doesn't see. It's on the inside.
Super Bowl 16. What a build-up. We've been here since Monday, and I felt like running down and playing. I have goosebumps all over.
Showtime, baby. What you talking about? Showtime! Talk to me. Showtime! Talk to me.
This is about clashes on the field and conflicts on the sideline.
How come you're sending my guys out there and it still ain't over?
We're going to mix it up just like we have. Don't come off this field telling us what to do. All right?
It's the story of great teams and the thrill of victory, and also rans and the agony of defeat.
I tell you what, you guys want some more points over there. I'm trying to run this up on us. They ain't ready to stop on us. They gonna want some more.
This is the ultimate inside look at the ultimate game. A game so big that even a war could not stop it.
We want to be here because this is our country. We want to fight for it, and you know, our country is watching. Our country's taking care of us and making sure we get to see the Super Bowl. This is a part of America for us. This is the reason why we're here.
What do you think, Coach?
I think it's pretty nice.
Congratulations. Really happy.
Just thanks. I mean, win the Super Bowl. It's the way to do it. Thanks, guys.
The rest of your life, man, nobody can ever tell you that you couldn't do it, because you did it.
Hi, I'm Steve Sable. NFL Films has produced a number of Super Bowl videos, but none have been quite so different or daring as the Super Bowl Insider. This special Miller Lite presentation is about what's said in the locker room, what happens on the sidelines, and what the great players remember most about pro football's biggest game. It's Joe Montana telling us how he almost passed out. That's right, passed out during the drive to glory in Super Bowl 23 against the Bengals. And it's Bill Parcells and his unique motivational ploy against the Bills 2 years later. It's the ultimate in Super Bowl trivia, a quiz that I actually had a difficult time with, and I have attended all 26 Super Bowls. Every year, millions of people watch the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl Insider is about those rare Super Bowl moments witnessed by a precious few.
Each year, the Super Bowl changes sites. But one thing about the game is constant. The prospects of a tough contest brings with it tough talk.
Okay, remember you guys, when it's tough for them, it's going to be just right. Well, they'd rather be than right now.
All we got for 60 minutes, all right? We'll be world champions, all right?
We busted our We've worked harder than anybody to get here. Nobody can beat us in a team, and it's worth $70,000 and a big ring.
Before Super Bowl 18, the Raiders predicted they would take Joe Theismann's head off.
Keep dominating this team.
They came close to backing up their bold words.
No doubt. That's right. Let's abuse them. Kill them. Let's abuse them, baby.
But more often than not, loose lips can come back to haunt a Super Bowl team. Consider Super Bowl 26. The quiet, low-key Washington Redskins were a marked contrast to the cocky, strut-their-stuff Buffalo Bills.
Pump it up, baby. We're gonna make history today.
They ain't that good, man, if you keep playing.
But it was what Bills assistant coach Chuck Dickerson said about Washington's offensive line before the game that did Buffalo the most harm. Dickerson described Washington's offensive line, known as the Hogs, as fat, sloppy, and old. Those comments got back to the Redskins.
I think that, a few of the guys that were evidently named or what have you on our football team, they got excited and wanted to prove somebody wrong or whatever, or so I think that's what happened.
In Super Bowl 26, the Redskins' Hogs were anything but fat, sloppy, and ugly. In fact, their blocking was a thing of beauty. The Redskins crushed the Bills, and the Hogs got their revenge on Dickerson, although the team in general retained their class and dignity.
They shouldn't feel too bad. No. Hey, I understand it's a loss, but these guys have accomplished a lot in the last 2 years. We accomplished a lot. We got our time coming. We got our time coming. That's right. Congratulations to you.
Tough talk before a Super Bowl goes all the way back to 1966. The Kansas City Chiefs, the AFL champions, featured number 24, Freddie Williamson, known as the Hammer, for his questionable tackling methods. After the Chiefs won the right to play in the very first Super Bowl, flamboyant Freddie Williamson declared that he would personally hammer the NFL champion Green Bay Packers. Against Green Bay, Freddie did get some licks in, actually knocking Packer wide receiver Boyd Dowler out of the game. But Dowler's replacement, Max McGee, went on to catch 2 touchdowns.
Fake to Taylor. Starr shoots it, and it's a touchdown.
Before the day was over, the Chiefs were soundly beaten, and it was the Hammer who got hammered.
The hammer. You know who got hurt? The hammer. The hammer. They nailed the hammer. Hey, slap, the hammer got it. Really?
Even Super Bowl braggers who win ultimately run into trouble. Take Kansas City head coach Hank Stram, who was wired for sound during his victory in Super Bowl IV.
65 toss power trap. 65 toss power trap. That might pop wide open, Rats.
Running play coming to Garrett on a trap. Touchdown! Garrett Short.
Yeah! The mentor. 65 toss power trap. Yeah! Yeah! I told you that baby was there. Yes, sir, boys. Woo! They didn't know where Mike was.
He couldn't find him.
Didn't know where he was. They didn't know where to go. Yeah, Kosolki was running around there like it was a Chinese fire drill. They look like they're flat as hell.
Well, what happened was the next year, the league opener for us was against Kansas City. And the Saturday night before the ball game, a new part of our game preparation was presented, and that was looking at the highlights film of the team last year. And so the first game we played was Kansas City, and there was the Kansas City highlight film, and there was Hank Stram running up and down the field saying it's a Chinese fire drill, and pounding his program in his hand and smiling, and his rug was blowing in the wind, his toupee, you know.
Yeah, Kosolki was running around there like it was a Chinese fire drill.
What happened was we looked at that, and it kind of just incensed everybody a little bit. We went out and we played them and we beat them, and as a result of that, every game after that year, we looked at the highlights film of the team we were playing the next day on Saturday night.
During the next decade, it was the Chiefs who fell from grace, while the Vikings won 8 division titles. And very rarely did the Vikings resemble a
Chinese fire drill. Chinese fire drill. Chinese fire drill. Chinese fire drill. Chinese fire drill.
Come on, let me show you where it's at. Come on, let me.
It's a universal truth. Miller Lite's brewed from the start to be the one great tasting beer that's less filling. It's everything you want a beer to be.
Another unexplained crop formation has been sighted. Looks like there's intelligent life out there after all.
And now, presenting the Miller Lite Super Bowl Trivia Challenge. 3 questions that will test even the most fanatical Super Bowl follower. Question number 1. How did the Super Bowl get its name? According to legend, the name Super Bowl came about when Chiefs owner Lamar Hunt saw his daughter playing with a super ball. Hunt did, in fact, coin the term, but it really came about during a league meeting in 1966.
There was going to be an AFL champion playing an NFL champion. And there was sometimes confusion as to which game we were talking about. We were talking about the championship games and should we have a week's layoff. And someone said, well, which game are you talking about? And I said, it just was one of those things that came out. I said, well, you know, the last game, the final game, the Super Bowl.
Take us to the Super Bowl! Take us to the Super Bowl!
Super Bowl program! Find out what's hot! What's hot!
Super Sunday, what a day. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true. It's unbelievable.
Question number 2. Who is the only player to intercept 3 passes in one Super Bowl? Super Bowl 15 matched up the intense Dick Vermeil-coached Philadelphia Eagles, the Al Davis-owned Oakland Raiders. However, it was Vermeil who predicted victory.
We're going to beat these guys. We're going to beat these guys. We're going to beat them. Yeah.
Unfortunately for the Eagles, the scouting report of the Raiders' fine defense failed to detect the sneaky presence of a linebacker who was once a 12th-round draft pick.
Play fake. Back is Jaworski with time to throw. He's got Spag. Drills one. Intercepted. Run, Mark.
Oh, run. No. Throw it right to him.
At first, Dick Vermeil was not really that upset.
Ronnie, all you did was throw it flat. Just threw it flat. He was in behind him. That's all right. Intercepted it.
Okay, says Vermeil. Anybody can make a mistake. Or 2.
We would like him to play to beat him. They really are, coverage-wise and everything else. Yeah. We'll get these guys.
But by the time Rod Martin had picked off his 3rd pass...
Oh, Ronnie! Damn it, complete the thing!
Both the Eagles and Vermeil had lost it. Count them up. 3. That's right, 3 interceptions for Rod Martin. Question number 3. Who is the former NFL receiver whose only college or pro reception was a Super Bowl touchdown? Now, this is a tough one. Late in Super Bowl 10, with the Dallas Cowboys down by 11, Roger Staubach launched a comeback by hitting a wide-open receiver in the end zone. So, what's so strange about that? Well, because he never played football in college, and because injuries cut his pro career short. This Super Bowl touchdown is the only pass ever caught by number 81, Percy Howard.
It's a sports trivia type question, you might say. And they ask it very frequently. I'm sure that everyone in this area by now, they know what the answer is, but people keep coming up with the question. And I'm driving down the street and I'll hear it on the radio, and I said, I can answer that, you know.
Believe it or not, Percy Howard almost became the hero of Super Bowl 10. In the final seconds, Staubach heaved a pair of Hail Mary passes into the end zone. The first went to Drew Pearson, the second to Percy.
The Steelers were aware of me at that point after scoring the score, and they had 3 guys on me. I was basically a triple team. I think Roger was depending more on my leaping ability. If I had jumped maybe just a split second later, I would have gotten that pass, because basically it didn't get to touch my fingers, but had I timed it just right, I would have gotten it. Every time I see Roger, he talk about it, Cliff Harris talk about it, and they called me Bird at the time, said, Bird, if you had gotten that one, you would have gone down in infamy, you know, something to that effect, and I always say, yeah.
No, he caught only 1 pass in his short career, but it was a Super Bowl touchdown, making Percy Howard one of the true inside legends in Super Bowl history.
Come on, let me show you where it's at.
If you're open to a beer brewed from the start, to be the one great tasting beer that's less filling, there's one beer to open.
Come on, let me show you where it's at. Miller Lite, I like it like that.
Miller Lite. It's everything you want a beer to be.
Come on.
For all those connected to a Super Bowl, game day preparation has many different faces. Such was the case with the 1990 New York Giants. During that season, Bill Parcells coached the Giants with his own brand of motivation that was often directed at offensive tackle Jumbo Elliott.
See some power, Jumbo. Jumbo, I don't want you to get nervous, because that's not Michigan State down there. That's Philadelphia, okay, kid? Not Michigan State. I know if it was, you'd be real nervous.
After their dramatic victory in the NFC Championship, Parcells decided to lean extra hard on Elliott in preparation for Super Bowl 25.
One of the things that we tried to do was to put just a little bit more emphasis on John Elliott against Bruce Smith. And so, of course, I had Lawrence Taylor, who practiced on the same side as Elliott all during the course of practice. And I told Lawrence kind of a little bit before practice, well, why don't you try to stir Elliott up just a little bit, so give me the opportunity to make a point during practice.
You know, he told me, so listen, I want you to stir up something with Jumbo, get him going, you know, get him mad, get a fight with him. Well, you know, I'm not gonna get in a fight with Jumbo. Hell, he's 325 pounds. But anyway, during practice, I started, you know, mouthing off at him and getting him all riled up, and I'll beat him this way and I would beat him that way. And then once Jumbo got really teed off, you know, he really mad. I mean, the guy got so mad that he called me every name in the book. I actually thought he was going to kill me.
Elliott said that, you know, that Taylor was a jerk for doing that, and that gave me the opportunity to say, hey, John, maybe he's just worried about what you're going to do about Bruce Smith on Sunday.
That last piece of motivation was enough to push Big Jumbo into the performance of a lifetime. Elliott totally dominated number 78, Bruce Smith, one of the NFL's great defenders, and the Giants pulled out an upset. This, the greatest Super Bowl of all time, went down to the last second. In a game where the margin of victory was so small, and the room for error even smaller, it may be that Bill Parcells and Lawrence Taylor's ploy was a deciding and inside factor in the Giants' triumph.
He's going for a run. We got you too, man. Get out of the way! Get the bucket!
The Pittsburgh Steelers, coached by Chuck Noll, achieved even more spectacular Super Bowl success by going beyond playbook planning. For instance, you could hardly call Lynn Swann's wonderfully choreographed catches in Super Bowl X plays that he practiced. In fact, Swann's final catch, the touchdown bomb that clinched Pittsburgh's victory, was an audible called by Terry Bradshaw. The Steeler quarterback has not forgotten the call, but he has no memory of the play that prematurely sent him to the locker room.
The only thing I remember is I'm hearing this voice from way out yonder, and it's Tommy Brookshire from CBS. He's going, "You did it, big guy. You did it." And I hear it way out there. "You did it, big guy. You did it." And it keeps getting louder and louder and louder and louder. And then I'm laying on this table, and all of a sudden I open my eyes up, and Brookshire is right over my face, straddling me, telling me, "You did it, big guy." I mean, how would you like to wake up looking at that? Oh, man, headache. Oh, God, horrible. I couldn't go to the party. They put me in bed. And, oh, geez, horrible. But I missed it. I would like to have seen it.
4 years later, when Noel's Steelers were trailing the underdog Rams at halftime in Super Bowl 14, Pittsburgh decided to abandon their game plan of ball control.
We're on the sideline, and you guys are probably the ones that are filming. He takes his hand, tries to knock, "Get away from here!" And he has me. And he's telling me the only way we're going to beat these guys, we got to go deep.
And go deep they did.
Time cranks it going long for Swan. He's got it. Swan, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Now Bradshaw pumping, firing downfield. There goes Stallworth. He pulls it in at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and it's a touchdown for Pittsburgh on the ball to Stallworth. And Stallworth beat Rod Perry. Oh, did he beat him?
Terry Bradshaw held virtually every Super Bowl passing record until a fellow named Joe Montana came along. While Montana has excelled in all 4 of his Super Bowl victories, he is best remembered for his drive to glory in Bill Walsh's last game as the 49ers head coach. Revealed here for the first time is the fact that Montana's outward cool directly contrasted some inside commotion.
The excitement got to me, along with the moving of the ball, and I've never had it happen to me, so I don't know. I know I wasn't tired, but I was screaming at the line of scrimmage at the top of my lungs for an audible. And it felt like I had just hyperventilated. You take too many deep breaths and yelling, because I've had to yell it 4 times. And I mean, as loud as I could, and all of a sudden, along with the other emotions, my eyes went fuzzy like the TV. And when I got in my hands, watching the film, it looked like it happened normally. But during the game, it felt like when I walked to the line of scrimmage, I took forever to get under the center because my eyes were like blurry, and so it felt like everything was slow motion. And then all of a sudden it started to clear, and then I started back. I snapped the ball and got the first 2 steps. I was back again like that, so I just turned around, and I knew Jerry was going to the sideline. I just threw it as far as I could, just so to make sure that I got it out of bounds.
While things may have been fuzzy for Montana, it was very clear what was going on to Bengal head coach Sam Weish.
Deja vu.
Montana back to throw. Throws over the middle. A fine catch for right to the 20. He's down to the 19 for a first down for the 49ers. Another brilliant catch by Jerry Rice. He looks. He throws. He completed to Craig. He's down to the 10.
Coach, you're going to go. It's to Rice now.
At the 10-yard line. 39 seconds remaining. Montana at quarterback. In motion comes Rice. Back to throw Montana. Steps up, throws. Touchdown! Taylor for the touchdown. A 10-yard pass.
34 seconds away from it.
This is a tough moment in a way, because was this the final game on the sideline for a great coach, Bill Walsh? Emotional moment right now with the coach down here inside the locker room, Jack.
In the end, it is the deep, rarely revealed inside emotions that best personify the power of the Super Bowl.
Unless you've been in one, it's like 100-fold. It's just unbelievable. I mean, the biggest game you've ever won, the most exciting game you've ever been in. It's the greatest feeling you can ever imagine.
That's the greatest feeling in the world. That's what it's all about. You know, for this team, for this coach, for this owner, for this town, they'll never forget this day.
Everybody sold out this week. Everybody. Damn, it's great, isn't it? You gotta love it. Number one, baby. What's up? It feels good, baby. Number one, baby. Number one, baby. We're the best in the world, man, for 1 year. Got one, home. Yeah, got one. You got one, baby. Thank you, John. I appreciate one.
Super Bowl 17, I started to cry when I called the last play, and I said, winning Super Bowl champion formation on 2, ready, break. And I get goosebumps thinking about it now. I don't think anybody can appreciate the emotion of that particular moment in an athlete's life when you are absolutely at the pinnacle of your career.
Come down right now. Terry, what can I do for you? Send me and put me back in 1 Super Bowl and put me on the 1-foot line and give me 2 minutes to go and give me all 3 of my timeouts and give me my boys. And then let me hear my name over the loudspeaker. Let me hear the roar of the crowd. Bradshaw, Bradshaw. Let me have them booing on one side. Let me get in and call plays, see the eyes grow as I call these plays and talk to them. Let me feel the hair on my back crawl up. I mean, that's what the Super Bowl does to you. I mean, it's doing it right now to me. I mean, I could go out right now and play. I know I can play 2 minutes.
Bradshaw is back. And he's going to squad, and squad makes a circus catch in the end zone. Unbelievable catch for the touchdown.
From Terry Bradshaw's Steelers to Mark Rippon's Redskins to Joe Montana's 49ers, the Super Bowl will always be a spectacular celebration seen by millions, but with some great inside moments witnessed by only a privileged few.
I love you. I love you. Congratulations. I am happy for you like I've never been. Believe me. Congratulations. This is yours. You deserve it. Oh, me. That was a good game, huh? Great game. Back up.